Hello, welcome back to another Super Autopets ranked video. New weekly. Haven't looked at it at all. I always recently I've been enjoying going in blind on the first day of versus just to get a feeling of it. Maybe we'll try one versus one arena in each video. That could be a change of pace. I guess it depends on the length. Like if the versus goes over 20 minutes, I think it's unnecessary. But in any case, okay, premium picks. I see Fish, Ant, and there's a whole bunch of decent units here. So I think I will take the duck and roll, and I would probably get a good set of units for my troubles. Is there a pill? There's fire. Oh, thank fuck. Pill in the weekly. Pill in the weekly, guys. Nasty fingers. I was gonna say me. No, I'm not gonna say that. Not in the first minute of the video, man. Let's let it cool down a bit. We won because the order of, you think you messed up my order, but the order of my, I don't think it made a difference in the end of the day. Okay, seeing as we won the first one, we can take the liberty and honestly run me this way. I would even consider freezing both of these guys, but you know, we got jellyfish is big to have. Jellyfish is big to have. I see worm and rabbit. Let's let this timer run out because we just need to look at what the weekly's got to offer. Worm and rabbit. I see Doberman. I see praying mantis and shark. I see moose. I see cow, but no cat, so forget the cow. Apart from just a free buy. I see ostrich. And I see sauropod with very little options to buy in the shop anyway, so forget the sauropod. Okay. Moose seems like a premium pick. Just from the get-go. If we're gonna be honest about it. Jellyfish seems like a must-have. But I'm gonna level first and see what we've got on offer. What perks do we get access to? We do get access to meat bone and we do get mole. Worth it? Worth it or not worth it? I'm gonna say let's give it a shot. Let's try it. Let's freeze this guy. Well, I think we're gonna get a level before we do any of that. There's no toy synergy, so I will get a rabbit. Now this is not the best squad to have early on in the lifespan of a team. It's hard to argue against such a high statted duck, especially this early on. But I don't know if I want to spend my next turn just buying 2 ducks and a meat bone. So this is really tricky. I think I want to put the meat bone on this. I would rather sell the duck. So I think with that framing, I may have to pass on the 2 ducks and hope for a better outcome. We'll take it that way. We'll experiment. I think leveling in this weekly, I'm not sure what's really the most useful thing to fish for in the first place. You've gotten lucky with your order there. But you would have beat me anyway, I think, because of that buffed up unit. Okay, jellyfish. You're on board, brother. You've gotten the buff and you're on board. I think you can take this. We even get the bonus from it, which I didn't think would be so prominent. Snail. Oh, I can use the egg as a perk. I just realized. Okay, we can make this work. I can just do that maybe, and then we'll have something going here. Egg. Now, rabbit worm seems like a good idea. Is it a better idea? Honestly, I think rabbit worm could be the play because then you have salad bowl and garlic. I see a lot of rabbit I can actually believe in. Because I buy an apple on the jellyfish, it gets a health buff. It's already got a meat bone, but we're erasing the meat bone. So we'll see how the mole works. Initial thoughts, mole good. Subsequent thoughts, unclear. Pardon me for snacking during a Super Autopets gameplay. Do non-Indians know about aloo bhujia? Honest question. Okay, my ass is being cooked. We almost had him there, but he had the world's strongest unit. So I'm gonna sell you before you can get crazy with it, and we're gonna get absolutely wild with it. That's a perk, so it's probably worth freezing one. Just to make sure. Pill on the ant, pill on the ant. We'll put the ant here first of all, because I think it benefits from it. We're not doing so badly after all. I think it's a good idea to have the worm now. Primary concern, our team is worse than I think every single... What the hell is this Peacock meta? Peacock garlic meta. My mistake. I was not familiar with the meta. This is my first time seeing the meta. This person got to the worm rabbit combo ahead of me, and thus they will be defeating me. But we are so back. We are so incredibly back. It has never been more back than this. Let's just make sure the stats are exactly where we will. I can't speak. The stats are where we want them. 3 W's in a row. That's a difficult task for me. I think I would like... Well, I can't really put garlic on you. And since we're going to be replacing our perks anyway, it's not the most useful thing to do. Out of all of this, scale you. We're not going to level you. We'd rather pill you when the timing is suitable. For that purpose, let's freeze the garlic so that... well, you know what? Maybe garlic wasn't what I should have frozen, given that I'm not going to be using the effect of the garlic. I'm merely taking it as a perk for a mole setup to have effect. In a weekly where scaling is very scarce until like tier 5 and 6, where you get cow, moose, seal, ostrich. Ostrich seems very powerful, and ostrich dragon as well, also very powerful. Ostrich, dragon, moose, all this stuff seems powerful, but it's also very late game. Skill issue. You have beaten my rounds into the ground before, and it will not happen again. Now, an early hippo, huh? Do we pivot off of a... Hold on, let me think about this. Is it worth it to pivot off of the... Yes, I'm gonna do it now. Call me crazy, but I think this is actually perfect. Because you're gonna get so buff from the rabbit plus garlic combination that I genuinely think we could not ask for a better. And now we actually activate all these perks that we have been locking away before for the purpose of the mole. I think it's good to get rid of the mole before it can override our entire team dynamic and workflow. You get what I mean? Because otherwise we would have been so reliant on keeping the mole around beyond where it's useful. We would have gotten a mole and tempted to keep it until it levels, but we wouldn't have leveled it, and by the time we get chocolate, we would rather level these guys. You know, it's a lot of things to think about, and I don't know how strong the hippo is necessarily against like a 516 garlic peacock, which seems incredibly and delusionally strong. I don't think I could beat that, to be honest with you. Troublesome. Don't put me up against this guy. Okay, well, you know what? I deserve it for asking. Okay, lesson learned. Peacock is actually premium juice. We will continue trying to buff this guy. To no avail, I suspect. Honestly, we need the stats, so put this in here and just get this guy huge. Roll me for a food. You are a waffle cow. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Hold. I think we found something that I didn't realize was immediately possible. We have a 1024 hippo. In one turn, our luck has transformed. I'm no longer scared of you. Waffle cow. And the waffle exists before the cow, so we're really early to this combo. So, listen, I'm gonna put my snacks away because this is worth talking about. We've got a very strong team. Now we're on 2 life, but no one's on 4 life. Trade-off. Trade-offs that you have to make. Okay, well, we favorably traded against the front line. Cannot say the same for the rest of your team. You have a very strong team, sir. Godspeed to you. Show me a waffle, brother. But I will keep buffing you until there's no hope. Okay, about a level on you? Nothing really. I'm gonna freeze this and roll me. We're gonna hope for a yes. Thank you. Exactly what I could have asked for. 1330 hippo. Now, the problem is we kind of get countered by all these peacocks. And how have you... These guys have just gotten so lucky with level 3 peacock. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't exactly get what we asked for immediately. Like, everyone else on this weekly, we had to work our way from the bottom. We may end up starting the weekly below 1500 rating for the first time. On camera, maybe on the first time now. I will admit on some weeklies I have played a ranked game and then lost and then had to win back my rating just to prevent myself from... Okay, this guy has gone too far. Thing is, I actually eat up your team with a hippo, but I need to get past your front line. Very tricky, very tricky. We beat like every non-peacock team, but if peacock teams are the meta, then forget the hippo, get a peacock. You know what I mean? Plus you level it sooner because it's earlier. Look at that, we lost. Okay, -5. Bullseye hat. Okay, listen, we're not ending the week. You know how it is. We don't take this loss so lightly. I've never seen a weekly before. Now I know exactly what to do, and we're gonna get first place. This was just a learning phase. Watch this lobby fill up and watch me dominate. Voila! We see some familiar faces. Not to mention the obvious names. But, you know what, for a start, this is not so bad. I'll freeze an apple. Actually, maybe I won't freeze an apple because egg is actually not that bad. I will do this instead. I will do that. And we'll call it a good time. Your hidden jacket. There's no meaning to it, but things don't need meaning. Zeke, good to see you again, brother. Sorry for slandering you in the past, but you know how it is. Okay. We will take the free level. Forget about this guy now that we've got Need Bone and Hill, I guess. I don't know. Let's also forget about the ant, honestly. So that we free up the space because we've got the guaranteed level. We're leveling for the level up pets, not for the ability of stat boosted. Stat boosting is nice, of course, but I am being called again. However, nothing will stop me from dominating this weekly. I prefer this weekly to the last one. I think it's more options present itself upon first glance, to put it that way. You've put your ant in the back. You're not a serious gamer? That's fine. I see a peacock. My first thought, purchase the peacock before you level for the hope of stat boosting it. Okay. I see a rabbit. I take a rabbit and... You know what we're doing now. You know. The weekly is solved already. It's like the second game. And now we see a worm. We take a worm. We sell the ant or the cockroach. Probably the ant. Maybe we pill the ant. One cost one buck. What can you say? Sorry. Although, of course, you didn't notice any difference because I simply paused. Maybe that's what I should do every time we have a lull in the gameplay, but I would rather talk over it than keep pausing. Seems more efficient and enjoyable for everyone that way. Yeah, lucky. Not that lucky, actually. We're gonna win. Now I know exactly what the right things are as well. Okay, let's freeze the apple. Show me a worm, thank you. I'll just buy that. Next turn we have access to a lot of valuable stuff. Leveling the cockroaches purely for hippo, maybe? I can see a hawk being useful in some sense. Not to be, you know, ignorant of the potential of hippo, but we tried hippo and we lost, so call that bias if you want. But everyone was running Peacock immediately, so we have to fit in before we can stand out. You know what I mean? Like, there's an order and a rationality to these things. You can't just immediately be standing out, because then people will shit on you for no reason. You gotta be like, I'm one of you, and then you elevate yourself, and then you stand out. Because then you were one of them, and now you're above. So, you know what I mean? It's like, you're not just... Am I making sense? I hope I am. Anyway, you see the power of the Peacock demonstrated there, just to point that out. Okay, let's level first to see what we got. Penguin, penguin, penguin. Honestly, take me a penguin. I would indeed do that. Out of this, give me garlic so that we don't lose and we'll freeze a salad bowl. I see exactly what we're going for this week. There is no skunk this week. No skunk means front-loaded, heavy, huge unit. That's what it means. I'm translating the logic to you. And thus, we will destroy the weekly by creating the largest peacock known to man and eliminating every single other team before they can get anything going. Lima on who? Oh wait, no, you're going radio instead of garlic, because garlic's purchasable, so it's not actually that bad of a choice to get the stat buff, you know. Scaling absent weekly, apart from most, you know, this kind of is all the scaling you can get. It's actually probably the best scaling you can get. Until, like, here. But then you can pivot off, you know? Like, there's no shame in selling these guys, all three of them, for, like, a dragon. And then just buying the best things you can buy. Okay, this guy, he got his lucky break, but the sheep in there. Without that, you wouldn't have beat me, and I hope you know it. Okay, go here. Thanks. Thank you very much. Put that there. Put that there. Freeze you. I see no reason not to do it. Bro, you're giving me too many good options, man. Too many good options. Put that back here. Now that you're the worst unit. Level my peacock. No freaky, you know. But 2 salad bowls. Very good value, very good value. It's a 3 cost 2-4. That's better than a pair, considering the rabbit. So honestly, I'm not afraid because this guy got very lucky. He got the sheep. That's a 1 in 9. So you wouldn't have beat me if you didn't get that 1 in 9. You defeated me, but it will not happen again. I will be saying this until I lose 1 more. And if I lose 1 more, you have my permission. Finally, I can finally buy these things because you've been giving me great options otherwise. I guess the fish is staying on account of it being the only other statted teammate. Surprisingly, we've been very unlucky with our matchups, but I still believe in this strategy, like 100%. I'm not falling for like 2 losses, taking my confidence away and then pivoting. We're not doing that. We would like a higher level peacock, so maybe my priorities are a bit off on that one. We will hopefully get it now. We'll buy this and we'll just roll. And then maybe one more turn we'll draw, lose. You know, the confidence may wane slightly. But I'm not going to let that affect my decision making in an untoward sense. To put it in the language of our times. The language of maybe times long gone. Not trying to sound like a radio announcer from like the early 1900s, but okay. Well, you've got a moose. You have a good team, but it's not a great team. I'll put it that way. You're the best of the worst, but you're not the best of the best. Okay. Finally, okay, tough position. Now we do have we have the scaling that we would like. It's hard to give up it's hard to say no to the synergy, but the penguin is gonna scale multiple units. I think okay. Maybe this is a tough decision, maybe it's the wrong decision. I'm gonna buy this as well. And I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna sell this and buy this. And we're gonna go crazy. Questionable whether we could have kept or sold the penguin. I think with Waffle, we would like to keep the cow around in general. Because I think it's a very valuable stat boost. And the penguin itself is also kind of weaker and it won't really scale itself ever. We're losing and we're gaining. Okay, we're eliminating people, which is good because we do need that. Of course. What do we want here? I think I would like to level you. For certain. Dragon pivot, dragon pivot, dragon pivot. Dragon pivot seems exactly like what we need. We can keep this combo while selling both of these guys and still then we scale the entire team. How does that sound? Let's try it, let's try it, let's try it. Let's put them in. Freeze this guy. Freeze this guy, roll me. We are experimenting with things beyond our grasp, I think. But maybe it's not so bad. It's tricky to balance this out, because we definitely want the... Okay, don't put me in here, man. Hear me out. We want the dragon. We definitely want the dragon, because that's how we win the game. That's how we go beyond second place. This guy's got a better team than me somehow, Zeke. I underestimated your strength and ability. Let's get this guy huge. Let's honestly now we have spare slots to run this kind of thing. Give me a tier 1. That's a tier 1. Another tier 1. Put you at the back because you're useless apart from that. Okay. Jurian, I underestimated the fact that Jurian is in this weekly. I didn't really think about it as a skunk alternative. I guess it's almost a skunk alternative. Of course, it's limited in its effectiveness as a result of everything else being considered, but I'm still not worried. Still not worried. Is that true? Am I lying to myself? This guy, oh, okay, sauropod, you know what, you're right, sauropod worm. Sauropod's not as bad as I thought, I forgot about sauropod. Okay, the ideal team might be sauropod, worm, rabbit, cow, and dragon? I don't know, there's like a perfect formula for this. We need to eliminate you before you get that thing scaled. Glad to be a part of that process, because you need to go down because your team could defeat every other team given the chance. Okay, let's get rid of you. Start scaling. This is 5, so I'm gonna freeze them, but I'm going to look for tier 1s. Yes, okay. Because that seems like a better value proposition. Maybe it's not, but maybe it is. 2 tier 1s, don't mind if I do. Now these guys are stronger, so we'll put them towards the front. We're getting our mid line over here. Okay, we'll swap this just to get a little extra juice out of the system. 2 cost 2, or 3 cost 4. Mathematically, it's the 3 cost 4. I will unfreeze you, and we will keep the pizza around. It's a good food. Pizza for the sour pot's actually very good. My analysis was completely off the mark. I forgot about the various foods that get offered to you. Sour pot has a lot of potential for dynamic scaling. Now, once this thing gets to max health, we're going to need to think about what we're going to do next. Peanut! Ah! We didn't think about it. I did not realize the peanut was there. Troublesome. Troublesome, to say the least. Okay. What do you think about our options here? This seems like the most pertinent. I think steak is probably the play, if we're being honest. Put a steak on you. Health is fine. Forget about the pizza. We've got more prominent issues at hand. And pray. We beat this team just on account of the fact that you're gonna farm the attack on this guy, because you're gonna be hitting it multiple times, getting the attack high enough to one-shot you, hopefully, or two-shot. The garlic is gonna help me out here, and then I think the backline we will defeat. You have potential, but actually no, you think you beat me. Just get me above 1500 for the first video. First video of the weekly. I can understand we've not optimized everything yet. You should have changed that order, brother. You wouldn't have lost. Okay, top 3. Top 3, we're safe. Conceptually. Okay, let's actually buy the pizza. And buff you. And start getting you up to speed. Let's freeze this. Look for maybe a better option. No better option. Is this better or worse? Let me think about it. This is +1 +4, so +2 +8. Am I reading that correctly? So I actually really would like this. So that's a very valuable decision we've just made there. I'm gonna forget about leveling the one, we don't have time for it. I'm gonna keep the tier 1 frozen. And I think we've got a solid team here to not immediately lose. Now this team I think beats us. It beats us without a doubt. This guy's gotten 3 walrus, if I'm reading this correctly. And he got lucky enough to put it on the mantis, which is his frontline unit. Good game. You got incredibly lucky with your peanuts. We are back exactly where we started. So you know what? That's fine. That was just a training day for the weekly. So yeah, it's been back for Brand. Hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, like and subscribe, etc. Every reaction helps the algorithm. And yeah, enjoy. Oh brother, this weekly is gonna be one to remember. Hopefully.